Okay, I thought I would tape a video today on finding all the possible roots and completely factoring C from our homework. So C from our homework looks like this, is equal to 4x cubed minus 7x plus 3. So my first thing that I'm asked to do is find the possible roots. So P is my constant, and my constant here is 3. So I'm going to list my possible factors of 3, which are plus or minus 1 and plus or minus 3. Q in this case, this is different from what we did in class, is the leading coefficient, which is 4. So I list my factors of 4, plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2, and plus or minus 4. Now comes the fun part where you have to do P divided by Q, and in this case there's a lot more possibilities than what we had in class today. Because first I have to take plus or minus 1 and use that as my numerator, and then use all 3 of these options, or 6 of those options, as my denominator. So I have plus or minus 1 over plus or minus 1, plus or minus 1 over plus or minus 2, and plus or minus 1 over plus or minus 4. But then I have to move on to my plus or minus 3 over positive and negative 1, positive and negative 3 over positive and negative 2, and then positive and negative 3 over positive and negative 4. So now I have some possibilities. So P over Q, these are my possible rational roots that I have, is plus or minus 1, plus or minus 1/2, plus or minus 1/4, plus or minus 3, plus or minus 3/2, and plus or minus 3/4. So those are all my possible roots. So in your homework last night, that is what you, or tonight, you look over and you write in all of your possible roots. Now, not all of these are going to be roots, but these are my possibilities. And by looking at the degree of my polynomial, I can see my degree is 3, so I'm going to have 3 possible roots. So, if I use my calculator, and we use the regular standard calculator today, and we used our table function, and I have already, I haven't. So let's clear this, and let's punch in 4, and then x to the third, and then minus 7x, oops, x, and then plus 3. And then we're going to graph it, or not graph it, but make our table. And you can see in our table, which I think I might have done something wrong, so let's go back here. I have 4x cubed minus 7x plus 3. So let's look at our table. Enter. Let's go back up and see, hey, there is a root of 1. So 1 is a possible solution. So I'm going to do synthetic division with 1 as a possible solution. If you look at my original polynomial, you can see that it is missing an x term, so an x squared term. So I'm going to put 0 for x squared. So I'm doing synthetic division. I bring down the 4. 1 times 4 is 4. 0 plus 4 is 4. 1 times 4 is 4. Negative 7 plus 4 is negative 3. And then 1 times negative 3 is negative 3. So as expected, my remainder is 0. So from here, I can list my quadratic, and that's going to be 4x squared plus 4x minus 3. And I know already that I can factor out a 1, where x is equal to 1. So I say x minus 1. From here, I use my x factor for my polynomial, and I multiply 4 times negative 3, which is negative 12, and my b value is 4. So I can see that I can have 6 and negative 2 would be my 2 factors of negative 12 that add up to be 4. I do bottoms up because my coefficient is 4. Simplify, 2x minus 1. And if I'm going too fast, you can pause me on the video. 2x over 3. So when I factor my polynomial completely, I'm going to have x minus 1 times 2x minus 1 times 2x plus 3. So that is what you're going to place in as your complete factorization. And then it asks you to find the roots and then classify them. So here, x minus 1 is equal to 0, x is going to equal 1. Here, 2x minus 1 is equal to 0, so x is equal to 1/2. And then 2x plus 3 is equal to 0, so x is equal to -3/2. And this is rational and real. 1/2 is rational and real. -3/2 is rational and real. And this is how I would completely factor this polynomial.